Boys and Girls Club in Winston-Salem. It is not often that I get to tell a group, such as this, about how my life changed when I decided to take a leap of faith and learn how to conduct myself during interviews. I was at church one afternoon when Ms. Pappy Conrad, the unit director at the club, made a suggestion that some of our youth group members could come and participate in the Career Skills program conducted by the members of the Boys and Girls Club Advisory Council in Winston-Salem. It is an intensive 12-week career exploration program that the Advisory Council develops for middle and high school students every year. At that time, I was looking for ways to help my mom by getting a part-time job to pay for things I needed for school. The breakup of my parents' marriage and a poor decision on my dad's part were stressful, not only for me, but my entire family. Losing a parent through divorce is a lot like being displaced. I kind of lost my footing because my dad became a visitor to our home instead of a resident. I was in elementary school when my parents divorced, but I remember it vividly because life changed so much for all of us. We were reduced to one full-time paycheck, taking care of our needs instead of two. Because I am a little shy, I thought the Career Skills program might be helpful in bringing me out of my shell and help build my confidence in speaking with potential employers and or college admissions officers. So, I signed up for the 12-week workshop series. The very first night of the program, we were challenged to believe in ourselves and open our minds to new possibilities. The program developers select a theme song each year for the students to kick off the series. Our song was, I Believe I Can Fly. You know the song, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day, spread my wings and fly away. Now, I didn't think about flying away night and day, but I constantly thought about what I needed to do to have a successful educational career and how to put a plan in place for my future. I enjoyed the Career Skills program so much, I decided to participate in more of the programs at the club. I made new friends, I was much more receptive to the idea of going through interviews with strangers, and I even won a Career Skills scholarship, which was used to be paid for college admissions applications, school supplies, and other needed items to continue my high school education. The decision to work on my interviewing skills led me to the Smart Books program and Power Hour, just when I needed them most. Power Hour was my chance to assist young students who needed help with their homework. I was, and I am, very good at algebra, which I really enjoyed. The time I spent as a volunteer with Power Hour made me feel like I was a big sister. That's kind of a big deal when you're the baby of the family. My mom always tells me I am a role model for somebody. So I came to feel that my ability to solve algebraic problems was my pathway to helping others. The Skills Mastery and Resistance Training, or SMART Books program, which addresses drug and alcohol abuse and premature sexual activity, provided lessons that I share with my friends at school, at events, and even with my family. Who knew the lessons I was taught about the dangers of abusing drugs and alcohol would hit so close to home and ultimately be the information I relied upon to know that Smart Books program that everyone can and should adhere to. Who knew the things I learned about alcohol abuse were prophetic in nature, at least as it related to my family? My dad had fallen to reckless behavior, which included drinking alcohol. His decision to drink and drive led to a critical accident, leaving him paralyzed from the waist down. None of us could believe that things would turn out as they did. The man I knew as my dad became a totally different guy following the accident that changed the course of his life and ours too. My dad was someone who, after making some pretty serious mistakes, came through quite a few adversities with a renewed spirit, which he shared with his family and friends. Maybe it was all the prayers we said for him. Maybe it was him facing the reality that it was he who put himself in the situation he faced. Maybe it was a combination of both. I don't know. What I do know is his actions affected our family in a profound way. After years of living life in a wheelchair, my father died. It was a difficult time for my family because he was a very important part of my existence. I was in my junior year of high school, and losing my father for the second time broke my heart. My grades suffered, my usual positive attitude was non-existent, and I felt like nobody could understand the pain I was feeling. I didn't even want to go to the club. My behavior was unacceptable. My mother and my sister were right there the entire time to do what they could to keep me motivated. But it was a struggle. My vision was clouded because I could not see any happiness through my tears. I started doubting myself and questioning if there was anything I should have or could have done that might have kept him on this earth with me a lot longer. I recall the information that I received during my time in the SmartNews program. One of our speakers said, some people don't think about the outcomes of what could happen if they drink and drive. The outcome could be deadly. Truer words were never spoken. Once I really thought about that, I made up my mind that I needed to talk with somebody who could put me back on the path of getting into college and being Keisha again. After speaking with a trusted counselor, who is also a minister, I decided to try to go back to my routine. The Word of God strengthened me and sustained me. Finally, I was ready to go back to the club where I felt safe and cared for. The staff members at the club let me know that they will always be there to give me a hug when I needed it, share the good news of Jesus Christ with me when I needed to be uplifted, and offer strong shoulders to lean on when I did not feel I could stand on my own. They did what they could to help me understand that some things were out of my control. I knew that if I could have kept my dad here with me, I would have, undoubtedly. The club staff let me know that I had to be stronger than my circumstances and not let my struggle become my identity. One day, I thought about all the things they said, but more important, all they had done to help me, and I was determined to get my grades back up, which was a major accomplishment for me. I was even selected by one of my teachers as Student of the Year at my school. I still cry sometimes when I think about my dad, but that is okay. I believe it was part of God's plan that I joined the club when I did. I had a support system before I joined the club, but it grew much larger when I chose to become a member. It is an understatement for me to say that my life has been impacted greatly by the club staff and our advisory council members. They have encouraged me to know that the words of Theodore Roosevelt are true. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. After I graduate from high school this spring, I will enter college in the fall. I have been accepted to attend Winston-Salem State University. It is my dream to graduate from college so that I may help others as a speech therapist. I hope to light the way for other young people in need of a friend, some positive words, and a shoulder to lean on. There are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. I am the mirror that reflects all the wonderful opportunities and love that I received at the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club, and I will always be grateful for their love and support. Now,